Welcome to Chanel the latest. Russia launched more kamikaze drones on Kyiv and other Ukrainian cities for a second day in a row, but most of them were shot down by Ukrainian air defenses, the military and regional officials said early on July 12. After a break of more than a week, the enemy launched Iranian-made drones over Kyiv for the second day in a row. The air alert lasted for more than 2 hours. All drones in the airspace around Kyiv were destroyed by our air defense, the Ukrainian capital's military administration, Serhiy Popko, said on Telegram. There was no immediate information about damages or injuries, Popko said. In Ukraine's central region of Cherkasy, 2 people suffered burns after a drone hit infrastructure, causing a fire, the region's governor, Ihor Tabarets, said on Telegram. On the battlefield, Ukrainian troops fighting near Bakhmut in the eastern Donetsk region are moving forward at a fairly moderate pace, and the initiative remains with them, according to Serhiy Cherevati, spokesman for Ukraine's defense forces in the eastern region. The General Staff of the Ukrainian military said in its early morning report on July 12 that Ukrainian and Russian forces fought 29 close combat battles in the area. Our defenders successfully repelled enemy attacks in the Bakhmut area, the military said. In the Avdiivka direction, the defense forces continue to block the advance of Russian troops. Cherevati said on July 11 that enemy forces were desperately resisting. British intelligence and the US-based Institute for the Study of War (ISW) said on July 8 that, after a lull in June, Bakhmut has again become the site of some of the fiercest fighting on the front. They confirmed that Ukrainian forces achieved steady success both in the north and in the south of the city, which was previously fully occupied by Russia. Elsewhere in Ukraine, General Alexander Tarnavsky, the head of Ukraine's Southern Command, said Ukrainian troops destroyed 7 Russian ammunition depots in one day in the Tavria direction. It was not possible for RFE/RL to verify Ukraine's claims of battlefield success. Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu on July 11 reacted to the U.S. announcement that it would send cluster munitions to Ukraine. Shoigu said if they are supplied to Ukraine, the Russian army will begin to use them on the battlefield. Shoigu called the move forced and reciprocal, claiming that at the moment Russia refrains from the use of cluster munitions, as it understands what a threat they pose to the civilian population. Ukrainian authorities and the United States have said that, since the beginning of the full-scale war, the Russian army has repeatedly used cluster munitions. Moscow denies this. Both Russian and Ukrainian forces have used cluster munitions, resulting in the death of Ukrainian civilians, Human Rights Watch said in a report on July 6. In other developments, the British government said on July 11 that it will provide a £50 million ($65 million) support package for equipment repair and the establishment of a military rehabilitation center in Ukraine. Under the new tranche of support, which will be discussed at this week's NATO summit, Britain and other G7 members will provide thousands of additional rounds of ammunition and more than 70 combat